You have an entire category of income you're leaving on the table, and you probably don't even know the size of it. When someone else in your field walks on a stage to give a keynote, they're getting paid anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000 for a 60-minute talk. Panels pay, workshops pay, moderated conversations pay, corporate trainings pay. Most of this money goes to the same small group of service-based business owners who figured out that speaking is a business, not a favor. You are probably as qualified to be in those rooms as they are. What you don't have is the system that gets you in. This episode is what that system actually looks like. How to find the opportunities, position yourself for them, and turn speaking into a reliable line on your revenue sheet instead of something that happens once a year when a friend asks you to fill in. Speaking as a revenue stream is true in every market, but it looks different in different places. In the US, the conference circuit and corporate keynote market is well established. In Latin America, there's a fast-growing speaker economy in Mexico, Colombia, and Argentina, particularly for bilingual speakers. In India, the corporate training and off-site market is significant, with companies paying real money for thought leadership in both Hindi and English. In Francophone Africa, there's rising demand for entrepreneurship speakers at conferences in Dakar, Abidjan, and Douala. The playbook I'm going to walk through applies to all of these. Just scale the numbers to your market. Thank you for spending time with me today. I'm Makeda Boehm. I've closed nearly $10 million in tech sales over 4 years, earned 7 figures doing it, and here I teach service-based business owners how to use AI, automations, systems, and agents to create more money, time, and options. AI is moving at the speed of daily, and I help you keep up. Let me start with the money, because the numbers here are not what most people expect. A local Chamber of Commerce event might pay nothing, or a couple $100s. And here's the thing nobody tells you. That's not the failure mode of speaking. That's a piece of your strategy. Free or low-fee local events are some of the best exposure you can get when you're building a body of work. The chamber audience is full of business owners. They're going to remember the speaker who showed up, gave them something useful, and stayed for the networking. Some of those people become clients. Some refer you, some recommend you to the next conference they're on the committee for. I will always say yes to the right unpaid speaking opportunity if the room is right and the relationships are worth more than the fee. The money will come. The exposure to the room is the asset, and sometimes it's worth more than a one-time honorarium. So when I lay out the rest of the speaking economy, I want you to hear it as an additional layer, not a replacement for the local work. Both matter. Both belong in a real strategy. Here's the broader picture of what paid speaking actually looks like. Regional professional association conferences typically pay honorariums of $2,000 to $7,000 for keynote speakers, plus travel. National industry conferences in established fields pay keynote fees of $10,000 to $30,000 for recognized experts. Corporate events and retreats are the highest paying category, often ranging from $15,000 to $75,000 or more for a single keynote, with workshop facilitation adding to that. Virtual summits and online conferences pay lower fees but have zero travel costs, often $3,000 to $10,000, stackable across many events. University and executive education programs typically pay $3,000 to $15,000 per session. And then there are the derivative revenue streams from speaking, the book sale in the back of the room, the consulting inquiry from someone who heard you speak and called your office, the podcast invitations that bring you to new audiences, the press coverage from being the featured speaker at a notable event, the next paid speaking gig that comes from somebody who saw you at the chamber event last spring. Speaking is not just a check. It's a compounding credibility asset. So why don't more service-based business owners pursue it? 3 reasons. First, they don't know where the opportunities are. Finding speaking engagements is not intuitive. You have to know which conferences exist, when their call for speakers windows open, who the decision makers are, and what they're looking for. That information is dispersed across hundreds of different platforms, databases, and mailing lists. Without a system to monitor it, most people miss opportunities entirely or find out about them after the window has closed. Second, they don't have a positioning document. Event organizers need a one-sheet, a speaking page on your website, a video of a previous talk, a clearly defined topic, and the outcomes the audience will walk away with. Most service-based business owners have the content in their heads, but haven't structured it in the formats organizers need to evaluate them. Third, the submission process is inconsistent and time-consuming. Every conference has a different application format. Some want a 300-word abstract. Some want a full session outline. Some want a 30-second video pitch. Customizing submissions for each opportunity from scratch is exhausting. Most people start the process, hit the friction, and don't finish. All 3 of these are solvable problems with systems. Here's what the system looks like. I want you to hear this as a description of what to build for yourself, not a tool you have to wait for. You can put this together in pieces with the AI tools you already have access to this month. An AI agent monitors conference databases, professional association event calendars, and speaker bureau listings every morning. When it identifies a speaking opportunity in your topic area at an appropriate venue for your positioning with a fee structure that matches your target, it surfaces that opportunity with a score. The score accounts for topic fit, audience alignment, fee potential, timeline, and likelihood of selection based on your current body of work. You're not reviewing a raw list of every speaking opportunity on the planet. You're reviewing a ranked list of the ones most worth your time. When you decide to pursue an opportunity, the agent drafts your submission using your speaker assets, your bio, your signature topics, your talking points, your sample abstracts, not from scratch, from your existing material adapted to fit the specific requirements of that opportunity. You review, you edit, you submit. That's the system. And it applies whether you're pursuing your first paid speaking engagement or trying to build a 7-figure speaking practice. Build it in Mind Studio, build it in Lovable, build it in N8N, build it in a Claude project with skills, build it in Make. The point isn't the platform. The point is to have a process that runs on a schedule, brings you the right opportunities, and removes the friction from submitting. However you get it done, just execute. The positioning piece matters too, so let me say a word about that. Your speaking topic should be the specific intersection of your expertise and the problems your ideal clients are actively trying to solve. Not a general topic about your field, a specific angle that makes an event organizer say, our audience needs exactly this. For a supply chain consultant, the topic isn't supply chain management. It's how to reduce supplier risk before it becomes a crisis, a practical framework for operations leaders. For a therapist who works with executives, the topic isn't mental health in the workplace. It's the performance cost of burnout, what the data says, and what leaders can do about it. For a financial strategist who works with entrepreneurs, the topic isn't financial planning for business owners. It's the three numbers. Every service business owner must know before they can scale. Specific, problem aware, outcome oriented. Those abstracts write themselves. And here's the compounding element that most people miss. Every time you speak, you generate evidence of your expertise. A clip from the talk, a photo, a testimonial from the event organizer, a quote from an attendee. Each piece of evidence makes the next speaking opportunity easier to secure. Your speaker page grows. Your credibility compounds. The organizers at the next conference Google your name and find proof. The first speaking engagement is the hardest. The 10th is dramatically easier. The 100th puts you in a category of expert speaker that commands the highest fees. I want to give a specific recommendation for the women listening because the speaker development gap by gender is real. And there is a community I genuinely love that closes it. Mic Drop Workshop is the program. It's a step-by-step course on becoming a paid speaker plus a community of women who are actively doing it. Founder is Jess Ekstrom. The graduates land paid keynotes, corporate trainings, and conference circuits. I'm a graduate. I'll be on the Mic Drop live stage in Indianapolis in May. The link is in my show notes and on my resources page at seedandsociety.com/resources. Here's what I want you to do. Write down your 3 most specific areas of expertise. For each one, write the specific problem your ideal client is trying to solve. Then write the outcome they want to walk away with after learning from you. That's your speaker positioning. You already have it. You just need to write it down so the system, whoever or whatever runs it, can find the right rooms to put you in. A single paid keynote can equal a month of client work. A speaker reel built once runs for years. A free chamber talk that builds a relationship with 3 local business owners can pay you 10 times what a one-time honorarium would have. That's more money with less time invested and options you didn't have when you were only selling hours. Speaking isn't a bonus stream. It is a core part of the stack. Find everything you need to make more money, time, and options in your service-based business at seedandsociety.com. Sign up for the newsletter, find every AI tool I use and recommend, check out the blog for even more breakdowns, or do the free AI employee report, all in one place. And if you enjoyed this show and got value from it, I'd appreciate it if you could rate and leave a review. That helps this free education reach more people. Or share it with someone you know needs it. Until next time, continue planting the seeds for a better society.